Hi, I'm Carolyn Felder, and up until 6 months ago, I really thought I was living the dream life. I've been teaching snow skiing for the last 20 years, and my next door neighbor said, "Gosh, you're really living the life." And we reached a point, my husband and I have been married for 53 years, and we reached a point that we realized we were spending too much time taking care of stuff. And we loved having our dream home. It was beautiful. The back porch looked on the backside of Strawberry Snow Basin ski lift. So it was spectacular. However, after we visited Summit Vista, we made 2 lists, and I just brought them to glance at them. I'm not necessarily going to read everything on it, but I encourage you to make your own list. Every time you do something at your house that you really don't like, one of the things I didn't like was going out to the mailbox in the really hot weather, or when it's raining, or when it's snowing. So we started this list after we visited here, but I'd encourage you to do it now. Start just keeping track of all those things that you don't like, because you're biased, just like I was biased. But if you really are honest, there are some things you don't like about your current home. We came up with 14 reasons to leave and 7 reasons to stay. So we figured, okay, that increases our odds by about 100% that we're going to have a better quality of life for a longer period of time. So we made the plunge right in the middle of the beginning of the COVID shutdown. We moved here March 31st, and everything was shut. No restaurants were open. The pool wasn't open. We couldn't go to the gym. We couldn't go to the Mind and Fitness. But we were moving, so we just focused on unpacking and getting rid of stuff. We had our car downstairs right off the elevator. I could hop on the elevator, take my little dog outside, bring her back in, no problem. Just had to wear a mask. And we began to realize what a wise decision we had made. We got everything settled, and about that time, our very wise CEO, Mark Erickson, made the decision that since they had just finished the pickleball courts, that 2 people from the same household could go out and play pickleball. So Daryl and I, that was our daily outing. And if you think back what you were doing in March, I bet you didn't have as much freedom as we had, because I didn't have to prepare meals. However, my kitchen, where I live now, is bigger and nicer than my dream home. So when I want to cook, I can cook. So after we moved here, we've just been blown away at how wonderful all of the staff is. We have people, if we don't know who to call, we call the front desk. And we say, Debbie, or whoever's on the desk, I don't know what to do about this. Who do I call? And so they tell us, and the process starts. So you don't have to figure out everything the first week you're here. You have a person to call. And we did not have a clue how gracious everybody is here. We have a nurse practitioner, and I guess that's not her title. What is her title?
Community Life Director.
Community Life Director. I should have brought my list of people, right? Who is so well educated in aging and aging in place. She's part of the program that Summit Vista calls, I call it a better quality of life. But it helps you maintain what you have, and it also helps you strengthen what you're weak in. We have a certified trainer here, Reggie. Reggie is a certified personal trainer, and not only does she know what she's doing, she knows how to make it fun. Today we were doing Drums Alive, so much fun. I mean, everybody has their ball and their drums, and she's showing us what to do, and it's just fun. It's fun living here. You go down to the mailbox to get your mail, and you may run into 5, 6, 7 people. That's more than I saw many days, all day long, at where I used to live. In fact, our dream home, we lived for 5 years, and I made some very good friends. But in 6 months, I have more good friends here than I had in the full 5 years. So, friends are a very good reason to come here. If you don't like to cook, I'm a dietitian by training. I would much rather study nutrition and ask for the things that I want. And by the way, the dining room is fabulous. Marcus, our head chef, he wants to know right away if anything has gone wrong. If you didn't get part of your order, you can go online and put in a comment card, and in 10 minutes, they take care of it. And if you want to cook, you can have a kitchen that's very, very nice. You can cook as much as you want to, but the nice thing now, this season, when I go to teach snow skiing, and Daryl, if he doesn't want to go all day with me, he decides to stay here. He knows how to go on the computer, order his food, because we've been taking turns. He orders one day, I order the next day. So he's very accustomed to it, and I don't have to worry all day long. He is 6 years older than I am, but he still snow skis quite well. And while I'm gone, if he falls, we have round-the-clock EMT people to help us, and we have used them already 4 times. One time, I left the light on in my car. I called the desk, and again, in less than 10 minutes, they're down there giving me a jump, the EMT people, so that I could go make my doctor's appointment. So not only do we have EMT on duty 24 hours a day, we have a security person at the front desk, and when you come through, they're like, hello, how are you today? They're always nice and friendly. So you really feel like you've come home. It's not a place, it's home. And everybody can choose what size, what features, and you can add. You can have custom built in to your home. One of the things I started out with was I thought, nah, I don't need pedestals on my washer and dryer. Well, after about 2 months of standing on my head to get the stuff out to put in the next thing, I called downstairs, talked to Ryan. They ordered us the pedestals. They installed the pedestals, and it is wonderful. I can reach in and put it in the dryer. Reach in, put it in the dryer. So it's awesome. Just, I cannot come up with enough adjectives to describe. Our pickleball courts are terrific. When we have Monday night pickleball, one time we had all 4 courts in play and people out there watching. And as it cools off, I think we'll have more of that again. Every morning, we have at least 3 courts or 2 courts full, and on Wednesday, all 4 courts are full. So if you don't know how to play pickleball, we'll introduce you to it. Reggie teaches classes on Wednesday, and some of us, well, my husband and I have played the longest. We should probably be 5-0 players by now, but we like to ski too much. So we've played for 15 years. But one resident here and his wife, I met them shortly after we moved in, and I encouraged them to go play, let me introduce them. And they were like, yeah, I don't think so. But they finally came out, and now Paul Edens competes with the best of the pickleball players. He's really, really good. And Jan, his wife, volunteered with Paul's help to coordinate teaching intermediate players, beginning and intermediate players. So we have the more advanced group and we have the beginning intermediate. And like I said, if you don't know diddly squat, Reggie will introduce you to that class. Other people we have here to help us, when I have a computer problem, it used to frustrate me to no end. Now I can pick up the phone and say, I want to make an appointment with Aaron. I want him to explain to me why I can't download my pictures from my phone to my computer. So at a finger's tip, I can solve that problem, and it's just so much better than being frustrated, going to a place and trying to have them explain it to us, and then coming back and trying to figure out how to do it. Mike Johnson is in our fitness center, and every time I see Mike, he helps me remember shoulders back, shoulders down, pull your shoulders back, and get your head over your body. He teaches us a posture class, and it has been so helpful. And he's always very gracious about explaining to me what I'm doing at the time. And I recently discovered how much fun the water fitness class is. I'm thinking about cutting my hair even shorter so that I can more easily get in the pool and in and out and in and out. When you go to the pool, guess what they give you here? Really, I should have brought my robe. It's very luxurious, white, soft, and when you see people going through the hall, they didn't just get up from bed, they're heading to the pool or they're going back to their apartment. And you can actually take a bag with you with your cosmetics or whatever, or your hair shampoo, and before you swim, you shower, and then afterwards you shower, do your hair, get everything on, put your robe on, and then you don't have to jump in the shower when you go home or back to your home. This is my home. We're actually sitting in the library where I was introduced to our interdenominational women's Bible study. And at that time, we had this room pretty full. Well, we've grown. So now we're down in the Sago Lily meeting room, and we just take those tables and make a big circle. I don't know what we're going to do when we outgrow that, but we'll work with Debbie White. Debbie is great to help us figure stuff out. And it's just been a real blessing to not only feed your physical body, but your spiritual body, and have that fellowship. After we started opening the dining room, as I said, let me backtrack. We're talking March 31st when we came here. All of our meals were in our rooms, and probably you too were sheltered in place in your home, and it was very isolated. Plus, we had just moved here, so we just had us. That was it. And after we started going to the dining room, it was wonderful. We not only made arrangements to meet other couples and share the meal, but while we're on the way and afterwards, we'd run into people and talk to them. It was just, it's just a wonderful, wonderful experience. We also have a couple here who are very experienced in teaching pottery. I'm signed up for a class in late October, first week in November, and I'm really looking forward to it. I met another resident the other day, and she had made custom mugs for her grandchildren. I mean, it was so cool. We have, I don't care what you want to do, we have a group to accommodate it. We have a book club, we have a bridge club, we have a game night, we have the Miniature Model Sailing Club. Oh, what are some of the others, Debbie? What? Oh yeah, Travel Club. Anyway, bunches and bunches of clubs, and I'm sure we'll still be adding to that. If you need to get your hair cut, Ashley in the salon is terrific. I have, as you can see, curly hair, and she takes someone special to cut curly hair and make it look right. She's just been wonderful to work with me. I'm looking forward to the Copper Mountain. We have a cafe called the Copper View Terrace, and I haven't gotten to eat there yet because it has not reopened. But it has this big patio out in the front, and in the morning it's all in the shade. It's just spectacular. The Broad Fork Bistro is what we order from at lunch, or later on we'll be able to go there and have lunch. And in the evening we go to the Olympus Room, where, by the way, if you enjoy a glass of wine, it's really nice. It's just a very high quality, wonderful food. And we have absolutely no regrets about leaving our dream home. Can't think of anything. I mean, Amy works with our healthcare coordinator, and I know I've forgotten some people. Haley helped us lay out a floor plan to get moved in. It just goes on and on and on of all the help that you have here. And just don't hesitate to ask for help. Somebody will direct you in the right path. We have a wonderful library. I probably shouldn't have brought nearly as many of my books as I did, and I'll probably get rid of them eventually. You can play billiards here. You can play ping pong. So if I've forgotten anything that you enjoy, please come and snow ski with me at Snow Basin. And we're even thinking about we're trying to start a ski club. We have a lot of skiers here, and just life is great. We know that when we look out the front window of our apartment and we see our new healthcare center really building up, and it will finish in end of May, I think, next year. It's very assuring to know that if one of us has to go over there, the other person is close enough by that we can walk there. Daryl and I helped his stepmother and his father and my father through 7 years of their last years, and it was very traumatic for them. We had to move his parents from Georgia. My mother-in-law looked at me one day and said, "Your trees don't even grow right here." She was very unhappy. So we didn't want to go through that process. And believe me, she was in a very nice place. She was in an assisted living place, but she still wasn't happy. She wasn't home. We are home, and this will be our home as long as we can foresee right now. Thank you for letting me tell you about my experience here. And my husband is so happy. He came in the other day and said, "We're in this for the long haul, right?" I said, "What do you mean? Because we've been married 53 years. You don't think that's the long haul?" And he said, "I've been thinking when those newer buildings open, why don't we put our name on the list and get up on the 4th floor, maybe the 5th, the 4th floor for sure. I like our unit, but I want to be higher. If I'm going to live here for 12, 15 more years, I want to be higher." So we're now on the list, and my husband he's a wonderful dreamer, and this was his dream, and he dreamed when he first retired that we would take our children and travel around the world. And at first I said, "What?" And then we did it. And we took a 7 and a 9-year-old and traveled around the world. We tutored them before homeschooling was even in anybody's eye. And so when he said, let's move up, I didn't think, oh, I've got to pack all that stuff again. I thought in his dreams, what his dreams are, what he wants. He wants that mountain view again. He gave that up when we moved here. But to me, it was a minor thing. But for him, it's a major thing. So then we'll have all of our dreams fulfilled. Thank you. Come and live with us. It's wonderful.